Here folks, I will try and show you exactly probably last 4 months of records. Maybe we can start from September all the way till January 13th. Today is January 15th. So let's take a look at this first. Maybe it'll take our session is expired. I'm sorry. I need to probably re-log in. So let me log in. Give me a second. Just a second. Now I'll probably go into my activity reports and probably select something from all the way from let's see, August maybe, or September to January 13th, which is day before yesterday, being this being recorded over a weekend. That's why till last Friday. It'll take some time, which it did. What is important to see is that when you take a look at the trades, you will see a lot of settlements happening within the same day. That's what I said. So all these things compiles up to the percentages which is shown here mostly, and this is coming in from the calculations which was done externally to see that how much time it took to settle down for all these trades. Number one. The number two thing which I wanted to, there are lots of them, so you will notice that there are a lot of trades which is settling within the same day or within 7-day range or 15-day range, so and so forth. Handful of them goes over 90 days. So that was what which was analyzed before these numbers were projected. The second thing I wanted to show was the realized gain and losses. You will notice that there are a lot of trades which happen, but very few losses happen during the last 4-5 months. But as and whenever there were losses, investigations were done to figure out why those losses happened. Some happened because of automation, some happened because of wrong punching in data. So every time whenever these losses happened, improvement and things had been addressed accordingly. And if you also notice on the right hand side, there are not too many stocks which are on float. If you really compare the total trades versus how many of them are on float, so this is what which accounts for the number of floats which is happening in this region. So there will be floats, but it doesn't mean that there will be a lot of those. So these comprises of around less than 15%, but we have taken an average of 15. So if you take a look at these unrealized losses which is still floating, it doesn't mean that it is a loss, it's still floating, is hanging on here. And I will try and explain again that in this concept why there are no losses. You will get to see it very soon. So this is a real-time statement which I'm trying to demonstrate in front of my viewers to let them know that these are the numbers which you are playing with is very important, and this can get better and better if the market gets bull. There are cases where this could be even 40 to 50%, and this could go down to probably 10%. So as in things changes, these numbers will also be really revisited, but for now this is something like an average which one can expect to see in terms of ROI. So people who are interested, wealth managers, private fund managers, or even individuals can get in touch with me, and let me know what type of an investment you would be doing, what type of a risk you would be willing to take on each stock, so that I could come up with some projection for your recommendation requirements. So this is the key. We do not lose money, but at the same time we constantly look out for breakout information to get us to this percentage. So without these breakout informations being accurate and as much as possible based on our needs, there's no way you can hit this type of percentage. So I hope this mathematics is more or less clear to everybody. There's no rocket science in it. It's just one has to be methodical, scientifically approaching the thing. And important thing is that very important thing is that you should not be over investing. I mean, there could be scenarios. There are a lot of people who may have $50,000 with them, but probably goes and invests $10,000 in one particular stock. No, that's a big no in this strategy. Everything is mathematical, everything is very scientific here, and that's why we are very confident in letting viewers know that try it out. There's hardly a chance that you will back off, because you will not be losing any money. But what depends on your investment, and the number of recommendations we have to provide to you is what's going to drive your ROI. And of course the spread. If you reduce the spread, or if you change the spread, say from 8 days to 6 days, as you're noticing, you will see that there is a change in ROI too, which goes to 30%. So if you reduce the spread and decide that, okay, I'll be investing 50,000 just for an example in one day itself, you can do that. You will need 17 recommendations, which will lead you to 350 recommendations, but you are also looking at significantly high percentage of ROI. So it all depends on how you want to play it. You can also take 50,000, spread it in one day, and you can also reduce the risk to say $2,000. You'll still need around 25 recommendations, which will be 525 recommendations per month. So ROI is only possible by minimizing the risk, which in our case we have a zero cash loss strategy. But there could be scenarios that 10% to 15% of your stocks could be on a float for 90 days plus. And if you take a look at it, this is a type of a sort of a blockage which you might land up with, but you'll be also leveraging from 30% to probably like I would say around 75% scenarios where your investment is rotating very fast, out of which maybe 30% of it is rotating much faster. So there's no way you can make this type of an ROI without getting these breakout informations, and that's where we specialize. So by joining this club, you will explore these opportunities every day. These are your recommendations which will come to you, so you can avail 25 recommendations. And as I said, it doesn't harm paying a broker a commission if the commission is low. So usually if you're talking about say $2,000, you're talking about say 44 stocks. So as I have just shown to you here in my trading strategy, which I have just discussed here some time back, if you keep a look at the commission fee column, these are round trip commissions, right? So your commissions are very reasonable, very reasonable. If you average it out, it will be in the range between $2 to $3. So I would say that it's a very reasonable commission if you really compare it with many other brokers. I mean brokerage firms like Fidelity or Scott Trade and so forth. So because this is key to your profit, right? If you really take a look at your profits, say you made 1998 here, you gave $2 commission, so your profit is $17.90. Now assuming that you would have given $7 commission here of the same trade your profit would have been only $10. So it is very important in this strategy to trade with large number of shares, keeping the commission very low, so that most of the trades which you do and profits which you make is meant for you. So if you take a look at $44.88, which was the profit which you made, you have only paid $2.09, which leaves you behind with $42.79. So if this goes high, you're definitely making much less profit. So that's the idea. So if you are trading with Interactive Broker, trading with the strategy which I have discussed right now, I don't see any reason why any of you would back off from this strategy, because this is going to generate revenue for you. And second thing is that you would also be looking into dividends, because these strategies which get picked up happens to be for a dividend or a split or whatever the reasons may be, that also is amounts to a significant amount. So based on the subscription you have, you'll not only be trading, but also at the same time you'll be accumulating dividend, which will be substantial for you depending on the stocks which are getting split or dividend being declared for, and so on and so forth. So having said that, I think I have given a very good idea about what type of ROI you can expect, how fast these close, how quickly these funds can be circulated over and over again, and all these combinations together along with very low commission results into higher return